hola a todos, hola a todas, amigos, amigas. Welcome to Lima again. Welcome to my home. Welcome to my kitchen. Today we are going to cook again a local, easy, this time very easy, Peruvian dish. So I hope you enjoy the Peruvian food if you have already tried it. And if not, well, I hope you enjoy trying new things. In this series from home, I try to unveil with you all the secrets of the Peruvian flavor. And as always, I am a tour guide, so I love to talk about history. I also add some historic facts related with the dishes we cook together here in my home in Lima, Peru. This dish of today is extra special for me because the name of the dish is related with a location in the country, with a city in the country that is very, very linked, connected to me and my family, Huancayo. Huancayo is the region in the central Andes from where my family, my grandmother and my grandfather came from to Lima. They left Huancayo behind and they came to the city looking for opportunities back in the 70s. So thanks to that decision of my grandparents, I was born in Lima. I am from Lima, Peru. So this dish is called Papa a la Huancaina and is loaded with lots of delicious goodies and it's very easy. It's a entree. You can also serve it if you wish as sort of like a main course, but we have to do some little twists in the presentation out at the end to be a main course. So this one is an entree. And I hope that you can try it at home. So we're going to be developing this recipe little by little. If you have a pen, a paper, that will be super helpful because in that way you can take notes. But if not, no worries because I will be uploading this event on my YouTube channel for you all. I have a YouTube channel that is called Adventurous Travel Guide. You can also have an access to my YouTube channel if you go later after this tour to my Heygo channel. And there you're going to see my Facebook, Instagram, and also YouTube. So on YouTube, I always post these recorded events of my cooking shows. So in that way, you can go back and check and recheck and maybe cook with your friends and family at home at any time. Also to my supporters and friends who are in particular sponsors of this channel, I am giving away my cookbook. It is called From My Kitchen with Love, and it has all the recipes also that we have been cooking together. So, well, I will not delay anymore the beginning of this event. Thank you so much to my friends that are coming. Hola, hola, Diane. Hola, amiga. Hello, ¿cómo estás? Marilyn, hola. Hola, Matthew. Hello, Holly. Thanks for coming today. Adrian, Matthew, thanks for visiting. Hola, Aaron. And thanks to all the people that are here today coming and visiting me. This dish is easy. As I promised, it has really a very few ingredients, but I think it's important to understand that if you have a Hispanic bodega, for example, store, where you can find the ingredients, like there are very few ingredients, you're going to have the authentic Peruvian flavor. But also you can switch for maybe some other ingredients that you have handy. So no worries about that. The first thing I would like to tell you is that this papa a la huancaina is, as I said, an entree and is served with boiled potato. You can choose the potato you like. In Peru, we use generally white boiled potato and also lettuce. So the dish is going to be presented with lettuce, fresh lettuce, and also boiled potato. Later, I will show you how I have presented my plate, but that's going to be at the end. Hola, Cari. Thanks for coming. Hola, hola. And we need, of course, chili. Chili is the star of today's event. This is the Peruvian yellow chili, ají amarillo. ají amarillo. So this is the fresh ají amarillo. Hola, Holly, gracias. Thank you, Holly. Thank you. It is a pleasure to have you all, really, friends. It is really wonderful. And I am learning also new recipes thanks to you and these events. So this is the chili amarillo, yellow, but it is quite hot. So if you don't boil the chili, if you just blend it like for this cream, because it's going to be a cream served on top of the potato boiled, it's going to be way too strong. So what you have to do is to boil the chili, right? So what we do is we open the chili and we de-seed the chili. So as you can see, there is no seed and no veins. That white, like white stripes that you see when you open the chili, that is the venas, is how we call it, veins. So we have to take them off with a spoon. If you can, also try to use like a plastic in your hand when you are peeling your chili, or like something like this, for example. No, so if you can have some disposable gloves, so in that way you will not have any itchiness or any uncomfortable sensation, like a little bit like burning. When you are not used to cutting chilies, it can happen. So sorry, Carrie. Oh no, is it? Do you have any problem with the connection, Carrie? I hope it is not something that is still happening. My internet connection here says that everything is okay. I have all the lights on, but let me know if you are still, let's say, having any issues with the internet, Carrie. I'm so sorry. So you have to boil the chili, as you can see in this form, without seeds and veins, for approximately 6 to 7 minutes. So we count the boiling, of course, when the water starts like bubbling, and then from that moment on, 6 to 7 minutes. So what is going to happen at that moment? So let me show you what we will do. So of course you have to wait later a little bit, like some minutes, until the temperature of the chili goes down. So something really interesting will happen. So you're going to be able to peel the chili. So I have already peeled some of the chilies. We are going to need for this recipe 6 chilies. Okay, so the chili is the base of the flavor of today's cream. If you are used to my cooking sessions, you probably know how much Peruvians love chili, and they are also other 2 ingredients that we use a lot. Who can tell me which are the other 2 ingredients we use a lot in Peruvian cuisine? So please comment if you know them, because they are fundamental for Peruvian cuisine. Muy bien, excellent, Aaron. You've been a lot in my cooking sessions, I know. So, of course, garlic. There's one more, Aaron, and it's quite close to garlic. I'm sure you know it. Do you remember that one? Well, ginger, Elizabeth, is very important, but I wouldn't say it's like in every dish. Most of the times we use ginger in the Peruvian Chinese food, which, by the way, it brings me also to my memory that the next cooking show that we're going to be doing is also connected with a lecture that I have in next few days about a mystery. Of course, it's still in the field of speculation, but I love those tours about like speculations and the possibilities of the connections of the ancient Peruvians and other civilizations. So it's going to be about the possibility that Peru was conquered by Chinese before the Spanish. Hola Marilu, thanks for coming. So Aaron, onion, muy bien, excelente, excelente. 20 points to my friend Aaron. Excellent. It was garlic and onion. Muy bien. So the base of the Peruvian cuisine is, to be honest, like these dishes, these ingredients that we've been talking about. So chili, very important. I would say that probably, let's say 90% of the dishes in Peru have chilies, right? I'm doing great, Marilu. How are you? Thanks for coming. Thanks for making room to come to my cooking show. And as you know, so the people who are just coming to this event, just joining, tuning, if you haven't really missed much, but if for any reason you cannot see the whole event, I will be posting this event, these cooking shows, as I do all my cooking shows in my YouTube channel. For more information about my YouTube channel, you can visit also my Heygo channel. So this is just because I don't go back, never go back to the same recipes. I want to experiment with you all kinds of Peruvian recipes, even the most complicated ones, of course. Why not? Because Peruvian cuisine is a delight. So my beets are part of the cuisine. Beets, Michael, I think not so much, really. No, not so much. But chili, onions, and garlic almost always. Just give me a second. I'm going to throw this. Oh, just to show you, the peeling of the chili feels like plastic. It is like a plastic consistency. It's very easy to take off. So because we're going to blend the chili, this has to go out. Okay. So the story of the Papa la Huancaina is really interesting. Sorry for my back. It's very interesting because the Papa la Huancaina was really not born in Huancayo. Okay, Huancaina is connected with the word Huancayo, the place where my family from my mother's side came from. They were from Huancayo. I still have some few relatives in Huancayo, but not so many. Most of my relatives came to Lima in the 70s. It was the time of the terrorism in Peru. So they were escaping the Andes because there was no chance for many of them to progress there. So, but that's one side of my story, because other side of my story is from another part of the Andes, from Cajamarca. And Cajamarca is also really interesting part of the country. And also, one of the things that I've learned is the people from Cajamarca, my family from Cajamarca side, have Sephardic Jewish, let's say, connections. So, well, I am very, very mixed, as you can imagine. So we're going now to go to the next step of dish, and later I'll go back with the story of Papa a la Huancaina, how it was born. This is an entree. It is very easy to be made. Sorry, I will dry better my pan. You need a very dry pan because we're going to fry it now. And when we are frying, for my friends that are here, I'm sure Aaron knows this part. So what do you think we're going to be frying? This is Peruvian cuisine. So probably the answer is evident for my friends that have been in most of my cooking classes. So I'm putting oil, by the way. And we have to do now the frying part, the base of the flavor. So Peruvian flavor is based on garlic. So we are going to add now garlic. So, oh, Marilu, I'm so happy you are doing great. I'm just checking and double checking every once in a while the comments. If you have a question, just let me know, please. This is the beauty of Heygo, that we can be always talking and conversing. You can send me your questions. You can send me your comments. Like if there's something you would like me to talk about, like related with the Peruvian food, I would love to really answer all your questions. So we have here the garlic. Garlic, the one we're going to be using is red. Sorry, no garlic, no. Onion. We need to use the red onion. In Spanish, cebolla roja. Okay, so we are using one red onion. Okay, we're going to use one red onion, and later we're going to add 1 spoon of garlic paste. Okay, so I think the temperature is good enough. We're going now to begin with the frying process. So I have chopped the garlic in cubes, but not really very small, because later we are going to blend this cream. We are going to blend it to make it a very nice, very smooth cream that is going to go over our potato and lettuce. So the story of the Papa la Huancaina, as I said in the beginning, it doesn't really begin in the Andes of Peru, where Huancayo city is located. This is a very curious story, and it's related with the migration of the people from the Andes to Lima back in the beginnings of the 20th century, when it really began, and with more intensity in the 70s when my family came to the city. So the story says that out of a train station here in Lima, train stations are always very busy. Everybody, is in a rush. And most of the times people are not able to eat well before, taking the train, because you're in a rush, right? With short time. So usually outside the train stations or bus stations, there are people who sell products, right? They sell food, maybe coffee. This is always everywhere around the world the same. So there was a lady that was from Huancayo. Yes, Marilyn, it smells really good. The smell of the onion that is coming. It's delicious, delicious. So this lady from Huancayo, she was one of the vendors, there. There was so many vendors, and she needed to be very ingenious to compete with the products there. Oh, by the way, I'm going to add now garlic paste. Okay, 1 spoon of garlic paste. We're going to put it in the center first, and then we're going to integrate everything. So, this lady from Huancayo, wanting to be creative, she started to sell this very cheap dish that she accompanied with boiled potatoes in a little plate, lettuce also, 1 leaf of lettuce, and the cream that you are about to learn how to do. So this cream made from chili and also cheese, and it has a little bit of milk, a dash of milk, was a success. But it didn't have a name, officially. So everybody started to call this very ingenious dish Papa a la Huancaina. So potato in the style of the Huancaina lady, right? And that's how we know it nowadays. So to be honest, we don't know the name of the lady who was the inventor of this dish, but she still is alive through her very ingenious recipe in the hearts of all Peruvians. Okay, so I'm going to drop this here. If you have any question, just drop it here, please. Sorry that I'm moving in and out, but I'm always, moving here and there. We're going also to go to the blending part right after this, okay? So we have to just wait until it gets completely white, not burned, but white. This onion. The cooking is for more or less 3 minutes. And now we're going to turn this off. What is the name of the dish? And thanks for the question. The name of the dish is Papa a la Huancaina. In English, the translation will be potato in Huancaina style. Okay? And that is because it was a lady from Huancayo city in the central Andes of Peru. There's a city called Huancayo that invented this dish. Okay? And also to my friends that are just joining, Once again, you can see the repetition of this event on YouTube. Later, I'll tell you how you can access for free to see this event from beginning to end. Okay, so now we're going to, hola Ronnie, we're going to blend. So in my, blender base, I will be putting now the ingredients that they later we're going to be blending. So of course, it's necessary to add first what we have cooked, which is this. So one onion, was a mid-sized red onion, chopped in cubes with 1 spoon of garlic. We all just fry it. I haven't really added any salt. Why, you might be wondering? Because we're going to be using cheese, and the variety of cheese we're going to be using has salty. It has salt. Well, the name how we call it is queso fresco. Queso fresco. In Mexico also there is a queso fresco which is similar. I know it because I had once the opportunity of having Mexicans, and they said it was exactly the same. And it's salty. Caitlin? Yes, Caitlin. Huancayo. Exactly. Exactly. That is the town of my family. And Papa, a la Huancaina, is also connected with the name of that town. So, we are going to use, because we're going to be making this cream for approximately 4 person. But 4 Peruvian size dishes. Because in other parts of the world, the dishes sometimes are smaller. In Latin America, we serve a lot of everything. So at the end, you're going to see how I'm going to be presenting the dish, and you'll have an idea if it's really for 4, of your sizes or just Peruvian. So this about 250 grains of chili. So I'm going to chop the chili just in pieces for it to be a little bit easier to blend, okay? So remember, it has to be a chili that is, like a soft chili. Let me just take 1 cube to show you. And a little bit salty, but definitely not the ones that are not salty at all, okay? So we're going to put this here, all right? It's going to be a really nice cream. And that's why also we are not going to be adding any salt until the end, when we're going to be testing the recipe. Also, I will chop just a little bit in still big pieces the chili, the yellow chili. So remember that the yellow chili we have previously boiled, and we have taken off the skin that is sort of like a plastic. When you boil the chili, you immediately notice that the skin, there's a little skin here, for example, and the skin doesn't blend. So that's why we have to take it off. It is like a plastic. Can you see that? So you have to take it off because it is not good when you blend. When you blend, it really doesn't go away. Okay, so we're going to put the chili. I will move a little bit more the camera, so in that way you can see it all. Sorry that I am in this moment not using the gimbal because I am alone. So I need it to be in a position that can be helpful, and the gimbal not fall. You cannot hold it. So I am using a tripod. I hope it is all right for you all. So here we have the chili, we have the onion, we have the cheese. So I will be doing a first blending, and then we're going to add the milk, and we're going to add also crackers, okay? So let's move a little bit. Sorry if I give you my back, just for cooking purposes. And we're going to begin. So I will move the camera once again so you can see Oh, my kitchen is very small. My friends here already know my kitchen is very small, but it has lots of love in it for you all. So we're going to now begin with the blending. Hope. We have to be patient. Hola, Maple. Hola, amiga. We're going to move a little bit the bottom, so in that way we can mix everything. So this is really a great entree for summer or spring when you don't want to have something too heavy. It could be a main course if you just want to have something light, and in terms that it's not going to be like with lots of meat. Now we're going to start adding the milk. Oh, and thanks for your tip support, by the way. Thank you so much for your participation. And if you're able to support with a tip, that would be super fantastic. As you all know, these are free tours, and we are not paid by Hego. We are paid with your by your generosity, with your tips, and we split the tips with Hego for Hego to continue existing. So thanks a lot for your support, amiga. So now we're going to be adding milk. This is evaporated milk. So I am planning to add approximately half of this, let's say, presentation. It has 400 grams, so approximately 200 grams of milk. We're going to see also because nothing is written in stone. It really depends a lot on the products, but we're going to see how much we require. So approximately 200 grams of milk. We're going to see how it goes. Look at that. What a difference. Okay, I'll tell you in a moment. I'll tell you in a moment, Rachel. Okay, so to answer the questions from Jill and Maple, we are preparing a dish called Papa la Huancaina, which is an entree. And it has the sort of like the base of the ají de gallina. If you've been in my cooking class, my previous cooking class of ají de gallina, it is very, very alike. It has lots of the same ingredients, and the idea is making a cream. So we're going to continue. Soda crackers. We're going to be adding soda crackers. This is almost like a secret that everybody knows. How do you spell that? Okay, maple, papa, potato, a la Huancaína. Yes, Caitlin. Bravo, Caitlin. Thank you. Papa a la Huancaína. Muchas gracias, Caitlin. You're awesome. You made my life so easy. And you can also find it as one of the most famous, most consumed dishes in Peru. So let's try with these three soda crackers. Gracias, Marita. Thanks for the follow. And also, if you want to see more of these cooking events, give me a follow, please. There is a button somewhere up here in this area. If you don't see it, it probably means you're already following me. Or maybe you block me, one or the other. No. So that's a mouthful. Yes, yes, Ronnie. Well, the saltines, also soda crackers, animal crackers. Don't think. Oh, sorry for my back. Don't think will work that good because animal crackers are not salty, so they are really not the best option in this case. We're going to move the crackers to the bottom. Oh, this looks marvelous. Okay, so we're going to see how this goes. I'll take one of my spoons here and let's try it. Okay, I want you to see my impression. Okay, it is really good, but salt is needed. We need a little bit of salt. Still is missing. So I have used half of this can of milk, which is the 200 grams well, milliliters will be, right? Of this evaporated milk. And also, well, the crackers, no? So we're going to add salt now. So, where's my spoon? I will wash it here. And we're going to add, I think with 1 spoon of salt will be enough because it already is salt. We're going to also add pepper. Where is the pepper? Here. Just a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit really of pepper. A pinch of pepper. And we are going to cover again over here. This is going to be really good. Okay, so we just needed really few ingredients. Most of them are not difficult to be found. Chili, you can try also something local, like a local chili if you are not able to find the Peruvian yellow chili. But you have to boil it first. And if it's yellow chili, even better, if it's yellow color, because in that way you're going to keep the traditional color of this cream. So we have it ready. And now we're going to present the dish. So as you can see, this one was easy. So let me prepare everything for this dish to be presented. As I said before, every opportunity I try to show you Peruvian food. We do something different. I don't copy like the same event of the past because we don't need that. We have so many different recipes that we can try here together that is not necessary at all to go back to the same recipe of before. So I will be bringing now the plate here, so it's going to be easier for us all. And let me show you how I'm done with the presentation. So Muchas gracias, Kaylin. Thank you, amiga. So what you can see here is the typical presentation, nothing very fancy, nothing fancy at all. Just the lettuce very well washed, boiled potato on one side, and the cream is going on top of the boiled potato, right? And we're going to present it also with olives. In the old days, olives were so expensive. We're talking about the 19th century, for example, when most of the dishes nowadays in Peru you can find everywhere in the country, in restaurants and also internationally in Peruvian restaurants. Olives were consumed only by the upper class people because they were, in most of the cases, imported. So it was something that not everybody could enjoy at home. And it was so special that the olives were always on top, decorating, the dishes. So when you see in a Peruvian dish, olives on top, that means, number one, that probably was originally an entree, and also that was served at some point, in the wealthy homes. So in the case of this dish, it is interesting because you know that it was served at the train station. So this entree sort of like took that element of the olive from other entrees to make it more elevated. So it's really, unique. So we're going now to turn down the camera and I'll show you how we present this. Okay. So, and by the way, if you would like to support this channel, also you have the chance of doing with a tip. I'm just letting you know where the tip button is, so you can even support after the we're going to put this later, after the end of this event. You can also become my sponsor, and in that way we can have the chance of learning together, not just about Peruvian cuisine, also the history of Peru. We can learn about the history of this beautiful country, and I'm always doing events that are different. I am not doing the same events over and over. So this is the way how we are presenting our traditional papa a la Huancaina. Papa a la Huancaina is the best entree you can have. This cream you see here, you can use it as a dipping. Gracias, Maple. Muchas gracias, amiga. It's a good dipping. Excellent dipping. It is not hot because remember that the chili was boiled previously. So when you boil chili, everything, all the let's say hotness in the chili goes away. Also because it has cheese and it has milk, better to be like to serve it right after you blend it. When you are using like products like that, it is better to just use it right away, right? So we blend it and immediately we serve this dish to our let's say guests. Oh, sorry, I always mix host and guest. So guests. Well, also another way to serve it is when you are doing a spaghetti, like green spaghetti, it goes excellent. We always serve when we are doing green spaghetti on one side of the whole spaghetti. This Huancaina sauce. We love it like that. And so that's a way also you can convert it into a main course, right? Or just with the spaghetti, you don't need to make the green spaghetti. You just, like do your spaghetti only, you boil it the way you like it, and then you mix it with this, and this is delicious, right? So these are some ideas for you to have your Peruvian, very original, very unique papa a la Huancaina. I'll cover the lights so in that way you can have a better picture of this one. And well, now it is the time to taste it. Oh, muchas gracias. Thank you, Jill. You are awesome. Thanks to my friends who were able to support. Also, if you become my sponsors, I am in process of construction of a cookbook. So eventually, if things are good, and you know we continue also with these events, I will be able to produce one book with all the Peruvian recipes that we have tried together, and I will put this book online. But to my sponsors, I am giving updates of this book, like as a present, as a way to say thanks to you all for your support. Some of my sponsors were here today, so thank you so much for that. Really mean a lot to me. So now we're going to taste the Huancaina. And I hope my granny that is in heaven would like my final result. Mm-hmm. This was really good, eh? So I hope you enjoy cooking today with me. I have to try one more. um, mm, Excelente. I always say, if I can do it, you can definitely do it. I am not a cook. I'm not a chef. I'm just a regular Peruvian lady tour guide that loves to eat Peruvian food, with no particular technique than the one my grandmother taught me. So if I can do it, you can do it. So thanks a lot for coming. Thanks for your tip support, amigas, amigos, and thanks for also help me found around the world what is the Peruvian cuisine. So you are all invited because my next show is going to be about Peruvian Chinese. We're going to do Peruvian Chinese food. Woohoo! So next dish is going to be a surprise. I will keep it a surprise, but I'm sure you're going to love it. And it's one of the most eaten Peruvian Chinese dishes we have. Elizabeth had a question. I remember. Let me check. Elizabeth, do olives go through blending? I hope Elizabeth, you were able to get the answer. No. So it's just decoration. You can put one or two if you wish. It's really up to what you want. And also some people add as part of the presentation boiled egg. So you can also in my family, not all of my girls love boiled eggs, so that's why I skip that. But you can also put as a way of decoration boiled egg, right? Cut in a slice, and also decorate the dish like this. I hope, Elizabeth, this answered the question. And thanks for coming. So we'll see you very soon. Don't forget to follow my channel. If you can, also go to my YouTube channel to see more of my events. Thank you so much, and see you this week. I have many events. I hope to see you in my event about the possible Chinese conquest of Peru before the Spanish. So that's going to be really interesting. I'm sure everybody's going to be like, what? Well, that's the type of events I want to do for you all. Take care, amigos. Gracias. Have a lovely rest of the day. Enjoy your lunches, dinners, whatever you are in the world, and see you very soon. Gracias, Kaylin, for your help, amiga. You've been awesome. Muchas gracias. Thank you. Vanessa, remind me what kind of cheese you use. It was queso fresco. In Spanish, it's called queso fresco, or Peruvian name. But it's a soft cheese that is salty. It's not too salty, but it has salt in it. It's not good to use a cheese with not salt, because the idea is not adding too much salt additional to this dish. Also, the crackers were soda crackers, which are also they have their salt. That's why at the end you don't need to add too much salt. Anne says broccoli is pearl. Oh yes, Anne, it's a good idea. Good idea. See you, amigos. Take care. Muchas gracias. Bye bye.